think about, again, keep in mind this covenant story we've told, and remember that a curse, blessing and curse have been part of it all the way back from Adam and Eve. Blessing if we're in a relationship with Jesus and God, curse if we walk away from that. And what we've seen is that curse is God's response to sin. Sin has to be punished. And this is, again, all the way from the beginning, but we see it particularly in the law. The curse both can be understood nationally. When Israel as a nation betrays God, they go into exile. That's the curse. They were still under that curse even in Jesus' day. Romans occupied their land. So they understood themselves even still as sort of under that curse, and they were trying their very best, and the Pharisees had a whole system where they just worked real hard to try to be good enough to get out from underneath that curse. But that curse was, under the law, was also personal. If we break the law, if you will, you're under the curse of sin. And again, that goes all the way back to Adam. And so Paul has all that in mind when he says, if you're under the law, you're under the curse. But Jesus became a curse for us. And that's an amazing, amazing statement. We can ask why that was necessary, and we can ask how that was accomplished. And that's what this lesson is really all about, is answering those two questions. The why question is because we are all under the curse. We're all under sin. We're all under this separation from God, because as much as we want to be the righteousness of God, we find ourselves falling short. And Paul says we've all fallen short. And so what does God do? Well, God upholds his very holy, good, and just law and says the curse has to be taken seriously. We can't just brush it aside. I will take the curse upon myself. And that's what Jesus does. And that's what this lesson is all about. It gives me shivers thinking about it, because Jesus comes to earth and he looks at the sin and he says, I'll become that sin. I'll let God condemn that sin in my own body. And so we have beautiful verses like, he made him who knew no sin to become sin. And that's what Jesus does. He becomes that sin offering that takes all the sin and the curse with it and destroys it in his own death on the cross. And in resurrection, we have freedom from that curse if we trust in him.